एक्चुअली में जेनजीज का थॉट प्रोसेस कैसा है?
I think Gen Zs are also very misunderstood. There is also a lot of suffering behind that gali.
क्यों जेनजीज इतना ज्यादा थेरेपी के पीछे लग रहे हैं?
Gen Z, I would say, is just a generation जो इन conversation से डर नहीं रही है.
How is Gen Z looking after marriage and relationships?
I don't want to have one single partner. I want to have multiple partners for my multiple needs.
Why is it a big difference in between millennials' emotions and a Gen Z's emotions?
Gen Zs definitely want to buy experiences more.
Gen Z's बाकी जितने भी generations हैं, उन सबसे बहुत कम सेक्स कर रहे हैं। Hello and welcome to Express Cafe. आज हम एक ऐसा इंटरव्यू लेने जा रहे हैं जिसमें ज़्यादातर आई एम श्योर हर एक जनरेशन ग्रुप इंटरेस्टेड होगी, क्योंकि इस समय इस जनरेशन की बात हर जगह हो रही है। जेन ज़ीज़ एक बहुत बड़ा कंफ्यूजन है हर जनरेशन में कि ये जेन ज़ीज़ सोचते क्या हैं, कैसे काम करते हैं, इनके इमोशंस इतने ज़्यादा हाइप्ड क्यों हैं। अब इन सभी सवालों को लेकर हम आज पहुंचे हैं जेन ज़ी थेरेपिस्ट के पास ही। आरुषि गुप्ता जी हमारे साथ हैं। बहुत-बहुत स्वागत है मैम आपका।
Hello.
मैम जेन ज़ीज़ को लेकर बहुत सारे आजकल बातें चल रही है, बहुत सारे मिथ्स भी चल रहे हैं, क्योंकि एक बात उठ गई तो फिर वो उठ ही रह जाती है। एक्चुअली में जेन ज़ीज़ का थॉट प्रोसेस कैसा है? क्या क्या सोचते हैं जेन ज़ी?
I think Gen Zs as a generation, they are very independent. They're very independent thinkers, right? They're questioning the whys of everything, hows are of everything. और जिस हिसाब से सोसाइटी में चेंजेस आ रहे हैं, we are actually questioning the structure, right? कि ऐसा है तो क्यों है? ऐसा क्यों कर रहा है? वो ऐसा क्यों करना है? We are definitely chasing experiences, and I think that's how overall, from a bird's eye view, Gen Z ऐसे ही सोचते हैं कि बहुत ही इंडिपेंडेंटली, बहुत ही individually driven है, right? That my life has to have my own rules, and I believe that's how Gen Zs are thinking.
जेन ज़ी के थॉट प्रोसेस में कॉमन क्या है? मतलब यही कॉमन है या फिर मतलब क्योंकि सभी जेन ज़ीज़ को गाली पड़ रही है आजकल। मतलब क्यों पड़ रही है मुझे, इवन आई एम अ जेन ज़ी एंड आई डोंट नो अबाउट दिस कि बहुत लोग सराहना भी कर रहे हैं, बहुत लोग उसको एप्रिशिएट भी कर रहे हैं, बट स्टिल देयर आर मेनी पीपल हु आर डिप्रिशिएटिंग इट कि ये सही नहीं है। ऑब्वियसली जनरेशनल गैप है एक, हर जनरेशन को गाली पड़ती है आई एम श्योर, बट लेकिन इस मामले में जेन ज़ीज़ को बहुत ज़्यादा ही पड़ रही है। क्या कॉमन है ऐसा कि जेन ज़ीज़ को इतनी ज़्यादा गालियाँ पड़ रही?
I think Gen Zs are also very misunderstood if you look at it, right? No other generation has seen what we are seeing. कि एक फोन में जिंदगी कैद है, देयर इज सो मच इंफॉर्मेशन ऑल द टाइम, और उससे साइकोलॉजी में एक टर्म होता है कॉग्निटिव ओवरलोड, सबसे ज्यादा है, राइट? मेरा मेंटल ओवरलोड इतना ज्यादा है, और आई नो सो मच इंफॉर्मेशन ऑल द टाइम, राइट? तो आई थिंक we are also finding it hard. That's why we are seen as a generation of anxiety. या इनको तो एंजाइटी बहुत है, इनको तो ये बहुत सेंसिटिव हैं, बहुत फ्लेकी हैं. But what people all over the world are not realizing is we are also a generation who is seeing all of these things for the first time ever. Right? So people are not realizing that some things are very unique to us as a generation जो कभी नहीं हुई, जिसकी कोई प्लेबुक ही नहीं है, कोई रूल बुक ही नहीं है. Right? So that is why I think Gen Zs are the way they are. You know, they're also suffering a lot. There is also a lot of suffering behind that गाली जो उन्हें पड़ रही है कि ये ऐसे हैं, ये वैसे हैं.
उनको फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है एक्चुअली, जेन ज़ीज़ को फर्क नहीं पड़ा। तुम सोचो मेरे बारे में जो सोचना है, आई डोंट केयर, बिकॉज़ आई एम एक तरीके से मैं अभी लाइफ को देख रहा हूँ ना, मैं एक तरीके से अभी लाइफ जी रही हूँ पहली बार. आई थिंक एवरी जनरेशन इज लिविंग देयर ओन लाइफ फॉर द वेरी फर्स्ट टाइम. सो इट्स डोंट यू थिंक सो इट्स वेरी मतलब एक तरीके से बहुत बुरा लगता है जब एक लाइफ दूसरे लाइफ को जज करती है.
Right. Yeah, I would not say कि उन्हें फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है.
अच्छा.
In fact, as a therapist, I see people all the time, young people all the time, and just for someone who doesn't know who Gen Z is, right? Gen Z is anyone who's born after 1996. तो 97 से लेकर till a certain age. तो आज 2026 में कोई भी एज 14 से लेकर 29 के बीच में है, वो Gen Z है. And I see a lot of clients जिनको काफी फर्क पड़ रहा है It's just that they are bolder.
Hmm.
They are still choosing themselves after all,
Hmm.
right? They are still aware enough that, oh, they have that independence, freedom to choose, and they're taking that very seriously. That I can still choose. I can still do something about my bura lagna and get past it, get over it. Maybe seek therapy, do something else, but I will, they're very bolder when it comes to how they're thinking, how they're acting as well.
अच्छा, क्योंकि मैं भी जब छोटी थी, आई हैवंट हर्ड मच अबाउट थेरेपिस्ट, you
Yeah.
know. Nowadays I think Gen Zs are taking therapist and therapies very seriously.
Yeah.
अगर आप मिलेनियल्स की जनरेशन को भी देखो, तो वो भी इतना थेरेपी को सीरियस नहीं ले रहा है कि इनको तो हर चीज़ में थेरेपी चाहिए, हमें नहीं चाहिए। तो ये ऐसा क्यों है? क्यों जेन ज़ीज़ इतना ज़्यादा थेरेपी के पीछे लग रहे हैं? मतलब कोई एक सर्टेन एक पॉइंट है या फिर क्या है?
It's actually, it's very funny you asked this, and I'm very thankful as well.
Yeah.
क्योंकि ये मुझे एक स्पेस देगा इस बारे में बात करने में,
Okay.
right? Firstly, हमें जैसे लगता है साइकोलॉजी, थेरेपी, these are not new things. 1800 से साइकोलॉजी पे रिसर्च हो रही है. विल्हेल्म वुंड करके ऐसे बड़े-बड़े लोग, सिगमंड फ्रॉइड करके बड़े-बड़े लोग जिन्होंने कहीं ना कहीं अपने कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशंस दिए हैं इन एक्सप्लोरिंग साइकोलॉजी एज अ साइंस ऑफ माइंड, एज अ साइंस ऑफ बिहेवियर. एंड धीरे धीरे करके आई थिंक अराउंड 1940s कार्ल रॉजर्स आए और उन्होंने जो हमारी आज मॉडर्न थेरेपी है, क्लाइंट लेड थेरेपी जिसको बोलते हैं, उन्होंने एक इस तरीके का टॉक थेरेपी को शेप दिया साइंटिफिकली, दैट इट हेल्प्स, राइट? Therapy is not just about two people talking. Okay. Right? That's why we have friends. That's why we have family. Right? Therapy is so much more than that. A therapist, I as a therapist, when I sit on that seat and when I take that session, I am trying to understand your patterns with you. I am trying to understand what you're not saying. You may be saying I'm fine, but if your hands are shaking, if your legs are shaking while you're saying I'm fine, or if your tone is low, I'm gauging your non-verbal cues, right? I am understanding what you may be feeling at that point. I'm using a lot of conversational skills that I've learned, right? There's so much that's happening in therapy. I think आज की generation बस open ज़्यादा है, that if I have something and if there's something like therapy that's available to you, let's just go and seek it.
सो अभी क्योंकि हम थेरेपिस्ट की बात कर रहे हैं, तो दीपिका पादुकोण ने एक बार बोला था कि आई एम इन डिप्रेशन एंड एवरीवन लिटरली एवरीवन जज्ड हर. सलमान खान ने उसी दौरान एक वर्डिंग्स यूज़ की थी कि मेरे पास इतना टाइम ही नहीं है कि मैं थेरेपी ले सकूँ, मैं डिप्रेशन में जा सकूँ. ठीक है? बहुत लोग डिप्रेशन के बारे में जानते ही नहीं हैं. लोग बोलते क्या फालतू की बीमारी है ना? मगर अगर आप देखोगे जेन ज़ीज़ बहुत ज़्यादा डिप्रेशन से डील कर रहे हैं. Altogether they have got many things to do. Still they are in depression. वो काम भी कर रहे हैं, सब कुछ कर रहे हैं, लेकिन डिप्रेशन में हैं. ठीक है? तो इस चीज़ को कैसे डील किया जा सकता है?
Firstly, it's not just Gen Zs who are going through depression.
Previous generations
there was a research that said, और ये भी बड़ी पुरानी रिसर्च है, इसका भी कितना डेटा एक्चुअली में आया होगा, but there was a survey done and according to which it was found 1 in 4 Indian person, 1 in 4 Indian is in depression without any age bar to it.
Okay.
Right? So there could be a 50-year-old person as well struggling. We at this set are like 4 or 5 people over here, and there could be one amongst us who in our personal lives, internal world, may be going through a lot that's not coming to our faces.
Agreed.
Right? Deepika Padukone is clearly not a Gen Z.
Yeah.
Right? She's a millennial. And I was glad that someone from that, someone who had so much power, so much celebrity popularity, spoke so honestly. In fact, Alia Bhatt's sister as well, right? She also spoke they speak so honestly about something that they've been through, right? This was their lived experience. Now, ये हमें समझना होगा कि low mood is not depression. Depression, any disorder, these are all clinical terms.
Okay.
ये clinical terms हैं. हम Gen Z कहीं ना कहीं या the entire people, हम ऐसे फेंक देते हैं ये words कि अरे मैं I'm going to depression, or there are memes about OCD all the time. कि गाड़ी की चाबी, गाड़ी लॉक करी ना करी है या नहीं करी, या फिर जेब में चाबी है या नहीं है, ये 2-3 बार चेक करने से मुझे ओसीडी हो रहा है, राइट? दैट्स नॉट ट्रू. These are all very loaded terms, very loaded terms. If you actually meet a person with OCD and they actually tell you about their struggles, it'll be huge. Gen Z, I would say, is just a generation जो इन conversation से डर नहीं रही है.
उनको
They have-
समाज वो 4 लोग
Yeah.
का उतना नहीं पड़ा
Yeah.
हुआ है।
They have the vocabulary as well, right?
Yeah.
Through education, we have the vocabulary कि अच्छा depression कुछ है, अच्छा OCD is a term, right? उसका usage गलत सही हर तरीके से हो रहा है. But I think it's not just Gen Zs who are suffering. Everybody is suffering. Gen Z is the one who is able to point out that, oh, this is suffering and you can actually get help, right?
वो खुल के बोल रही है कि मुझे नीड है एक हेल्प की। अच्छा, जेनज़ीज़ फिर कब आते हैं थेरेपी के लिए?
So there are a lot of reasons why Gen Zs are coming to therapy, and it is mostly it's a lot of things. I, in my practice, have seen a lot of clients coming in with anxiety concerns. Right? Anxiety को मैं roughly explain करूँ तो घबराहट. Right? ये words हमारे older generations में भी बोले जाते थे. घबराहट है, nervousness है, right? बेचैनी हो रही है एक अलग सी. Right? Gen Zs are just labeling all of that into an English term, anxiety. Right? हम सबको anxiety होती है. It's a very normal thing to deal with. But when it gets too much, that you're not able to sleep properly, you're not able to eat properly, or you're eating too much, you're sleeping too much.
Okay.
You know, you feel like there's a lot कि कोई reason नहीं है, और suddenly at work I felt so anxious. I felt breathless. That's when it hits a Gen Z person that, oh, I think I need to see someone. I need to see a clinical mental health professional to help me deal with and understand कि चल क्या रहा है. So anxiety is a big reason. Relationship concerns are also a really big reason, right? Gen Zs are dating, and even school kids are now on dating apps, right? College kids are on dating apps, and I think when we were in college, we also started dating. You know, from that time, and being on apps and all of these Bumble, Hinge, all of that became like big terms, and we're all using such apps. So I think relationship concerns are also one of the biggest things where Gen Zs are feeling that, oh, this is very real. In fact, you'll be surprised that DU में, Delhi University में एक course start हुआ है on how to manage. It is a short-term elective course. I do not know a lot of structural details about it, but it's about relationship management, because somewhere professionals saw that people are, you know, thinking of dying by suicide after a breakup. They are not able to handle breakup, you know, and we can't stop people from doing something that, you know, from loving, from liking, from, you know, dating. And that's nothing you should stop yourself from, but you should know how to regulate your emotions. So a lot of these changes are happening, and that's why the Gen Z as a population is very much coming in therapy.
Actually, why is it a big difference in between millennials' emotions and a Gen Z's emotions? Like you said, there are many Gen Zs who are committing suicide because of their breakups, but we have never seen कि कोई मिलेनियल या फिर उससे पुरानी जनरेशन सिर्फ ब्रेकअप की वजह से उसने क्या बोलते हैं अपना सुसाइड कर लिया हो. उनके तो ऐसा होता था कि सोच ही नहीं सकते थे प्यार व्यार करना है उस जमाने में. बहुत अगर मतलब 80% of the Indians didn't thought about it, I'm sure.
Very interestingly, I think, मतलब I beg to differ. हमारी ये जो रांझा हीर और ये रोमियो जूलियट है, it's all generations of, like, it's the same story repeating. I think आजकल again वो फोन हाथ में आने से, डेटिंग एप्स होने से, it's so much faster. पहले के टाइम पे आप अपनी कॉलोनी से बाहर नहीं निकल पाते थे, right? Your date was your next door neighbor. Right now I can talk to a person based in the US and we could still be dating. So ये सब चीजें हो सकता है dating बढ़ी है Gen Z में, very true, but that's because हमारे पास resources हैं.
Okay. तो एक तरीके से दुनिया बड़ी हो गई है, लेकिन फिर भी अभी भी टायर 2 सिटीज, टायर 3 सिटीज हैं
Yeah.
गाँव है
Yeah.
हमारे यहाँ, ठीक है।
Yeah.
तो हाउ कैन यू डिफाइन कि एक सिटी का, एक मेट्रो सिटी का जेन ज़ी टायर 2, टायर 3 या फिर गाँव के जेन ज़ी से अलग होगा, कैसे?
You know, it's so interesting
हाँ।
that when I see Gen Zs in therapy with me,
हुँ,
um, I cannot point out the difference कि कोई इंदौर से है या दिल्ली से है या जबलपुर से है या रांची से है या साउथ में किसी स्टेट से है. They are all sort of speaking the same language, and why is because we're actually watching the same content. All
दुनिया
of us
बढ़
are,
गई है।
yeah, दुनिया वैसे हमें लग रहा है बढ़ गई है, but we're all watching the same content, we're all watching the same reels, same memes. एक एक रांची में बैठे या इंदौर में बैठे जेंजी को भी पता है एंजाइटी थोड़ा बहुत, और एक दिल्ली में, बैंगलोर में या ऐसे कुछ मेट्रो सिटीज में भी रहते के जेंजी को भी पता है कि ओ दिस इज एंजाइटी एंड लेट मी गो एंड सीक हेल्प. Right? For sure, there must be differences in exposure. There must be differences in, the kind of lifestyle you may be leading. But all of that is it's from a psychological point of view, बहुत minimal वो difference है. That people today, even semi-urban India, even rural India, से आप कितने influencers देख रहे हैं जो Instagram पे reels बना रहे हैं, and they're watching a lot of stuff. Right? So, ये globalization भी, I would also, go ahead and say कि कोई US का Gen Z भी है, that person is also not very different from me. Because again, you're watching the same content all over the world. आजकल एक tier 2 सिटी वाले को भी, एक Gen Z को जो pop culture follow करता है, उसको पता है Dua Lipa got married. And he has seen the pictures. She has seen the pictures, right? So we're all sort of
connecting
on that.
Yeah. Because you just told me about social media, we all know what's going on in Iran or US or even in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
You must have heard news about Afghanistan, right?
Yes, for sure.
So अभी एक फेमिनिज्म को लेकर काफी ज्यादा चीजें देखी जा रही हैं कि लोग फेमिनिज्म के ऊपर बात करते हैं. हाउ इज जेन ज़ी लुकिंग आफ्टर इट?
I would say बहुत ही mixed वो हैं. Feminism started off as a really good movement, and feminism, all it talks about is equality. If I say it precisely, तो equity. Equality तो कभी हो ही नहीं सकती है.
And there's no,
we can't biologically be
biologically we
equal,
can't
but
be
psychologically
equal.
and emotionally and socially, especially socially, socio-culturally, एक equity आ सकती है कि एक same level of cerebral opportunities हर एक gender को मिले, even the third gender. Right? Today in feminism has become about intersectional feminism. It's not about man and women. It's also about the third gender. It's also about the LGBTQI plus community. It's inclusivity की बात कर रहे हैं हम, equality की उस तरीके से बात कर रहे हैं कि सब, हर एक anti caste, anti religion, right, anti gender. Some people are non-binary as well. They don't want to be associated with any gender, so to say. So we are sort of including everyone in this picture of feminism. So एक तरीके से feminism का lens और deepen हो गया है. In fact, I was reading this कि एक survey में mostly like 53 to 86% women, and I'm loosely giving these numbers in a survey. These women were directly saying it out loud that I'm a feminist, right? While at the same time, there are also researches which was done on random surveys done on men, which found out that men, some 30% of men still feel like women should obey their husbands, right? So I wouldn't say change इतना ज़्यादा आ गया है कि we are now turning into a matriarchy, और how people are saying कि अब तो नहीं ज़रूरत है feminism की, बिल्कुल ज़रूरत है. And I think Gen Zs are more vocal about these things. Gender norms, for example, काफी हद तक decrease हो रहे हैं. Even though there's that 30% of men who would still feel that way, there's also a big chunk of men
there are
who would feel कि नहीं, I should also cook and you can also earn, right? So gender norms कम हो रहे हैं. There is more equality in field as well, workplace में, घरों में. So I think Gen Z is really trying to break just deepen.
The stereotype.
Yeah.
Can you please tell me about because we were talking about also that 70% of the men
Yeah.
who are looking forward to genuinely respect a female
Yeah.
and the another
Yeah.
genders too. But if you look after in marriage, ठीक है, तो शादी में ना अभी भी इक्वालिटी जैसा बहुत कुछ नहीं दिखता है,
Right.
ठीक है. There are, I'm sure there must be some couples
Right.
who must have distributed their work,
Yeah.
but on a
Yeah.
बड़ा बेसिस अगर आप देखोगे कि
Yeah.
बड़े पर्दे पर अगर आप देखो इस चीज को, तो अभी भी कई सारे लड़के हैं जो कि सिर्फ नौकरी करेंगे, मैं पैसा कमाऊंगा,
Yeah.
ठीक है.
Yeah.
तुम पैसा भी कमाओ, तुम खाना भी बनाओ, तुम कपड़े भी समेटो, तुम A to Z चीजें घर की देखो. तुम्हें पैसा कमाना है तो कमाओ, मैं कमा रहा हूँ, मुझे नहीं पता, ठीक है. नाउ many of the divorces are happening because of these cultures too, क्योंकि
Yeah.
औरत तो बढ़ रही है अपना कि भैया मैं तो कमा रही हूँ अपना, मेरी कमाई है, तुम भी कमा रहे हो, मैं भी कमा रही हूँ, तो मैं ही सिर्फ घर का काम क्यों करूँ.
Right.
लेकिन इस बेसिस पे जेनज़ीज़ की फीमेल बहुत ज्यादा जज हो रही है कि आजकल की जनरेशन कितनी बुरी है, डिवोर्सेस इतने सारे हो रहे हैं.
Yeah.
अभी भी उस एक तरीके से जेनज़ी को ही बोला जा रहा है. डू यू थिंक ये आने वाले समय में चेंज हो पाएगा, क्योंकि वो जो 30% ऑफ द मेन की आपने बात की, वो कहीं ना कहीं ये चीज देखेंगे और वो चेंजेस लाना चाहेंगे कि नहीं भैया हमें अब थोड़ा डरने की जरूरत, बिकॉज नाउअडेज वी आर आल्सो लुकिंग कि मतलब कुछ एक दो मर्डर्स हुए हैं जो वाइफ्स ने किए हैं, और मर्द समाज में एक तरीके से खौफ छाया हुआ है इस चीज का कि नहीं भाई शादी नहीं करनी है, लेकिन औरत तो इतने सालों से झेलते आ रही है.
Yeah.
They are not splitting that I don't want to get married, even if they are telling no one cares about it. What do you think? It's क्या ये चेंजेस होंगे कि नहीं औरत तुम कमाओ, मैं कमाऊंगा भी और मैं घर भी देख लूंगा, कुछ होगा ऐसा?
I think ये तो बहुत radical change है कि firstly we don't want to flip the script. हम एक नई स्क्रिप्ट तैयार करना चाह रहे हैं.
Okay.
हम ये नहीं चाह रहे हैं कि अब हमने पैसा कमा लिया है और हम पैसे भी कमा रहे हैं, घर का भी ख्याल रख रहे हैं, बच्चों का भी ध्यान रख रहे हैं, तो अब तुम सब करो and I'll relax. We don't want to flip the script. Even feminism is not about flipping the script, right? It's about creating an entirely new script. कि ऐसा भी तो हो सकता है कि हम साथ में बर्तन धो रहे हैं, ऐसा भी तो हो सकता है कि हम साथ में काम कर रहे हैं, ऐसा भी तो हो सकता है कि ना तुम अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ रह रहे हो, ना हम बड़े कम अपना घर बना रहे हैं अपने रूल्स के हिसाब से, right? These conversations are definitely brewing in Gen Z, and for sure, if you look at the front, especially as an older generation, you may feel like यार divorces हो रहे हैं, separation हो रहे हैं, couples तो साथ रह नहीं सकते, because we are actually as a generation we are questioning a lot of structures, right? तो थोड़ा chaos तो आएगा, right? We are trying to break a laid out structure कि gender norms ऐसे ही हैं, आप घर पे काम करोगे या बाहर काम करोगे, और वो जब break होगा तो there will obviously be a tussle in the society, right? But I think it's definitely needed. I think change आ रहा है, while it's very slow. I cannot sit here and in my room and just comfortably say कि change आ रहा है just because I come from an urban setup. I think this trend is very very popular now in middle class generation, even lower middle class society, that औरत अब काम भी करे, खाना भी बनाए, और सब कुछ काम वो करे, कि हमने आपको अलाउ कर दिया है काम करना, पर ये मत भूलना कि खाना तो आपको ही बनाना है, ये मत भूलना कि बच्चों को तो आपको ही संभालना है, बिकॉज उसकी तो 9 घंटे की जॉब होगी और वो फिर अपना भी करेगा, राइट? सो वी आर ऑल्सो लाइक मूविंग अहेड एंड क्वेश्चनिंग दैट एज वेल कि ये नहीं होना चाहिए. और जहाँ तक सवाल है when it comes to a lot of murders happening, you very rightly said कि for every 10 murders happening for a man, there are thousands happening for women every day, right? Or again, this is not a men versus women debate.
Yes,
Murders
exactly.
are absolutely not okay. These
not
are
tolerant.
absolutely not okay. And what happened with the recent case, if you want me to dive into that, was also, can I dive into that?
Yeah, sure, if you want.
Okay. So if I really dive into what happened, there was a lot of things that we can analyze psychologically. कि एक 20 साल की लड़की ने ये कदम क्यों उठाया, right? From a psychological point of view, there are a few things that we could figure. Firstly, जब इंसान एक ऐसे stress में होता है that they feel like they're not able to get out of it, there is something called moral disengagement.
Okay.
आपको समझ ही नहीं आता है morally क्या correct है क्या नहीं है,
ठीक है.
right? There is frustration tolerance जो शायद उस 20 साल की लड़की में नहीं रही है या कम रही है. Then I'm just not able to tolerate frustration and I will do anything to get out of it. Secondly, it's also a failure on, you know, Indian family systems part कि कोई एक लड़की या लड़का अपने पेरेंट्स से खुल के नहीं बोल पा रहा है कि मुझे ये नहीं करना. I don't want to do this. Right?
Altogether, we got to know that she committed once, like कि
Yeah.
मुझे नहीं करनी है शादी. She even told
Right.
her fiance that I don't want to get married. Like on the news perspective, we see
Yeah.
she just gave a statement about it.
Yeah. And
Still, there was
in
nothing going anything according to her.
Yeah, absolutely. And she also gave a statement that I could not run away. I didn't want to run away because I wanted to protect my family honor. मेरी फैमिली की बेइज्जती हो जाएगी अगर मैं भाग गई तो.
अच्छा, ये एक बहुत सारी चीज, ये आप बात कर लो, फिर मैं इस पर जरूर आऊंगी कि
बोलिए
इज्जत और लड़की. ओ भाई साहब, ये कितना, मतलब I don't know how the Gen Alpha is gonna look after it, but Gen Zs are suffering from this still. कि लड़की को तो इज्जत संभालनी पड़ेगी और लड़के को प्रॉपर्टी संभालनी पड़ेगी, है ना?
See, that's why we
Altogether,
read these conversations more and more. ये ऐसा नहीं है कि समाज में किसी एक लड़के ने खाना बनाना शुरू कर दिया तो चेंज आ गया. That's not true.
And if you look after, this is so practically, I'm telling you, I have seen, because even in my homes, like probably they are not Gen Zs, they are in millennials category, but still, दामाद अगर काम कर रहा है घर का, अरे वाह क्या दामाद मिला है, मैं बेटा में काम कर रहा है, कितना खराब बेटा है, बहू कर लेगी ना बेटा, तुम इतना कमा रहे हो.
Yeah.
Still there are many, like if we will see after Tuisha case,
Yeah.
how it happened.
Yeah.
पढ़ा लिखा होना भी एक तरीके से आप बोलो तो आपको साइकोलॉजिकली आपको फ्रीडम नहीं देता है फिर.
I think पढ़ाई of course is necessary, but literacy and education are not the same, right? I can have a PhD degree, but am I educated? Education में ethics आ जाते हैं, morals आ जाते हैं. जिस तरीके से आप अपनी literacy use करते हैं, that is education. I could be a PhD, but मैं सड़क पे garbage throw कर रही हूँ. Where is my education then? Right? So I'm not really educated. I'm not acting as an educated person, and I think that's
so true.
And no literacy, no high degree can guarantee anything in a person, right?
Okay, because we are talking about marriages, how is Gen Z looking after marriage and relationships? Like, are they more of loyal one or more of the cheating one?
Oh, very, very interesting. So firstly, I'll answer the first part. How are they looking at marriages?
Relationships and marriages, yeah.
I think this is probably, in my opinion, you know, one of the first generations that has stood up and said, I will not get married. Or I will only get married if I find the right person. They are treating marriage as an option. That's because they are aware enough that marriage is a social construct. सोसाइटी केओस में ना जाए, ऑर्गेनाइज्ड रहे, बच्चे पैदा होते रहे और इवॉल्व होता रहे. इसीलिए मैरिज एज अ टूल कह लो या एज अ इंस्टीट्यूशन आया, राइट? एंड आई थिंक जेन ज़ी बीइंग द लेवल ऑफ अवेयर वी आर, दे आर एक्चुअली चूजिंग इफ टू एंगेज इन इट और नॉट, राइट? दे आर चूजिंग फॉर देमसेल्व्स एंड दैट चॉइस हैज बिकम वेरी बिग फॉर जनरेशन Z. And the latter part of your
relationships are like they're more of like कि हम loyal रहेंगे, loyalty चाहिए, या फिर they're more into like cheating, because nowadays what it's going on, I think in more of millennial side. Probably I'm not speaking on any of the ground level, which I have watched probably most of the time. कि कॉर्पोरेट एक अफेयर्स बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ गए हैं। देयर आर मेनी इवन एप्स लाइक यू टोल्ड
Yeah.
देयर आर मेनी एप्स हू आर टेलिंग कि एक्स्ट्रा मैरिटल
Yeah.
अफेयर के लिए वो निकल रहे हैं, है ना?
Right.
कि आपका बीवी है, आपका
Absolutely.
पति है, लेकिन
Yeah.
वी कैन हैव एन अफेयर।
Yeah.
हाउ इज जेन ज़ी लुकिंग आफ्टर इट?
I think Gen Z is looking at it. So somewhere Gen Z again has become they have that openness, right? So I would say I can't comment कि Gen Z cheating की तरफ ज़्यादा है या loyalty की तरफ ज़्यादा है. Cheating is infidelity has been one of the biggest things जो कि सालों से एक एक प्रथा के तौर पे चलती आ रही है, right? It has been prevalent in the society. Gen Z in fact is I wouldn't say कि dating apps आ गए हैं या dating culture बहुत बढ़ रहा है, casual dating culture भी बहुत बढ़ रहा है, तो Gen Z के morals खराब हैं, right? I cannot say that. And उदाहरण के तौर पे there is this thing called ethical non-monogamy
Okay.
या फिर polyamory,
What does that mean?
wherein a person says that I don't want to have one single partner. I want to have multiple partners for my multiple needs, and that needs is not just physical. It's also emotional. It's also मेरी transferable job है, तो I don't think I could commit to one person. But सबसे महत्वपूर्ण इसमें ये है is that it's very important that all of this is very boundaried. All of this, the communication is very open.
Okay.
A polyamorous person or ethical non-monogamy में a person is very vocal into you should know that I'm also seeing this other person,
Okay.
right? It is ethical. So Gen Z is of course becoming open to exploring a lot of things, right? But you cannot say कि ये सब गंदा है, because if you really look at it, a person is not cheating. Cheating is very different from me being a polyamorous person and me actually being honest and transparent. What makes cheating cheating?
No, but that means like कि आप तो फिर relationship में it's like casual friendship.
You can understand it like that.
Yeah.
It is casual, but it's the biggest thing in polyamory is the ethics involved, right? The communication has to be so honest, so transparent with all your partners, right? Gen Z is definitely all your partners, right?
Seriously, it's going on.
It is going on, and like your eyes also widened because somewhere I think, let's say both of us are coming from traditional views ki nahi, this is not what I want for myself.
Yes.
So there are people who are exploring it and who are understanding ki, oh, maybe monogamy is also something we created as humans, right? No other animal is monogamous. A lion is non-monogamous in the jungle, or a dog is non-monogamous on the streets, and we are also animals and mammals at the end of the day. Monogamy bhi ek structure hai. And a lot of people are trying to take, I wouldn't say a lot of people, but a few people are trying to take a different path and exploring polyamory. But yes, there's a lot of emotional risk, emotional costs at which things come with, right? It's not, some people are very, एक होता है ना, आप coerced feel करते हो कि मैं progressive society में हूँ तो क्या मुझे ये करना चाहिए? अगर a lot of, in fact, in millennial marriages, we are seeing that people may feel ki, oh, my partner, we are living in a very progressive society, my partner may want an open marriage. This is a different topic now. My partner may want an open marriage. I don't want it. But would I be labeled as controlling, possessive, or not progressive enough? Right? So we are also at the risk of that when we are seeing all of this and we are participating in all of this. Gen Z, coming back to polyamory, Gen Z may look at it as, oh, this would be so, jealousy free. Yeah, I can manage it. My partners can manage it, all of this. But it does come at, it has to be so boundaried, so consensual.
But how is it possible? Like, if I'm having a partner, I can't share my partner. I can't share myself as two. I can't love or even, okay, liking is something else, but I can't love 2 or 3 humans at one moment and with the same perspective and with the
Yeah.
same eyesight.
Polyamory is questioning that.
It's not possible. Like uh, I can understand Sri Ram, but I can't understand Sri Ram's father, who
Right.
had 3 wives.
Right.
So I, being a Gen Z, I can't be,
Yeah.
I don't know, people may call it like orthodox or something like
Yeah.
that, but I am stuck to this, that I want a loyal partner and
Yeah.
I'm so loyal to it. Altogether, I don't know how the loyalty works.
Right.
In a
Well,
perspective of fight,
if
especially. Like,
if I really look at it, I think Gen Zs have just made it open. Things like open marriages, things like infidelity
Gen
is
Zs have
something.
made it, are you sure? Because I have heard about metro cities like telling about wife swapping and
Right.
open marriages. It
So
has been from millennials.
yes. So
Yes.
again, so um, most Gen Zs are not even married today. So clearly, it's
Yeah.
coming from not even
Millennials,
millennials
huh.
or even boomers,
Yeah.
right? From that generation. I think Gen Z is looking at all of that. That's why they are also exploring various things openly, ethically, consensually, कि सबको पता हो कि ये चीज ऐसे चल रही है, ताकि I don't come to a point where I am in a toxic marriage. See, these are all tools. Monogamy हो गया, polyamory हो गया, ये सारे क्या है? Relationship structure है. एक relationship structure tool है. वो कोई moral
वैल्यू
ground
पे
का
काम नहीं कर रहा है,
value
हाँ.
का आधार नहीं है. Morals के पे अगर मैं judge करूँ किसी relationship को, I'll only judge it on the basis of health, safety of both partners, how attachment is rock solid. That's all.
Okay.
Right? I as a psychologist won't judge a person who's coming and telling me कि मेरी तो बड़ी traditional marriage है, या who's coming and telling me, oh, we're having an open marriage. Right? I would want to explore what is it that's making you stick to any of the structures.
Okay.
Right? Structures are just tool. You can be in a bad marriage, जहाँ पे cheating चल रही है, and that's bad. You can be in an open marriage, यहाँ पे rock solid attachment है, communication अच्छा है, कोई किसी से कुछ छुपा नहीं रहा है. What, like, it's so the rules are definitely changing.
But being a therapist, if I'll ask you,
Yeah.
कि मतलब you don't have to judge anyone, but how
Yeah.
is it possible? जैसे
Yeah.
मैंने बोला, मैं ये perspective ही नहीं समझ पा रही हूँ
Right.
कि मैं एक पार्टनर के तौर
Yeah.
पर किसी को भी, अगर मेरा एक पार्टनर है,
Yeah.
मैं उसे ही सिर्फ अपना पार्टनर
Right.
के तौर पे देख पाऊंगी.
Right.
I can't share him with someone else.
Right. So you're a monogamous person. Like I'm a monogamous person.
No, how then that polygamy works? क्या psychological, क्या thought process होता है उनका?
So again, not a lot of people, not a lot of Gen Zs are into it, or even millennials, not a lot of them. It's something that the whole society is still exploring. But if you really try to understand a polyamorous person's perspectives, a few lived experiences is what I can share, जो कि polyamorous है.
Okay.
And they always say that choosing a person, monogamy wise, just being with one person, would also mean that so much of my life decisions are based on just this one person. कि वो शहर बदल रहा है तो शायद मुझे भी बदलना पड़ेगा, right? वो कहीं और जा रहे हैं तो मुझे भी जाना पड़ेगा. Polyamory is also questioning कि ऐसा क्यों? Why can't I, have why can't this partner be for this need? Why can't this partner be for the other need? Until and unless there is, of course, communication very open, that everyone knows what's happening. Everyone involved.
So क्या ये लोग
So-
फिर emotionally connected रहते हैं?
Absolutely.
रहते हैं.
Absolutely. Polyamory, that's why it's ethical, right? That's why we always call it ethical. मेरी cheating या मेरी, आप इसको cheating या casual
नहीं
कि
कर
मैं
सकते हो.
छुपा के किसी से कुछ कर रहा हूँ, उससे आप compare नहीं कर सकते इसको.
Okay.
बिल्कुल भी नहीं कर सकते. This is a new concept and I am also still like studying and figuring out that what could be the reasons why people are choosing polyamory. But I think Gen Zs as a generation, most of Gen Zs are of course going forward with the monogamous, I wouldn't say traditional, but monogamous relationships, right? Traditional चीज़ों को वो फिर भी question कर रहे हैं. शादी करनी है नहीं करनी वो फिर भी question कर रहे हैं. Even though they are in a relationship, even though they may be dating, किस तरीके से रहना है, किसके साथ रहना है, वो सब वो question कर रहे हैं.
मगर अगर आप फिर वैसे देखोगे कि how will it affect then जेन अल्फा एंड जेन बीटा, ये फिर एक अगर ये ट्रेडिशन चल जाता है, बिकॉज हर जनरेशन अपना एक ट्रेडिशन चलाती है, अगर ये ट्रेडिशन चल जाता है तो फिर ये आगे की जनरेशन पे कैसे अफेक्ट करेगा?
I don't think it will become a trend
ओके
very soon, right? I think most people are still monogamous around us. I think you will also say that, right?
Yeah,
Looking
yeah.
at people
I
around you,
can
your
understand it.
friends.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very hard to also understand polyamory and what might
It's
be the
more of
logic,
emotional perspective, probably, I think.
right? And I think somewhere uh, जो coming generations हैं, I think what is required is us talking about it more,
Yeah.
right? If I look at, if I say, take a few terms, like I took polyamory as a term, and polyamory is also somewhere people are exploring it. If they also come forward and talk more about it, right? People will get to know, oh, okay, that is why. I don't understand it, and I don't understand it for myself, but oh, this is why you do you. Like, this is why, this is what you're trying to do. This is the boundaries with which you're working in. This is the communication that you have to keep as a polyamorous person. अगर ये बातें होंगी तो सब अच्छे से समझ पाएंगे, सीख पाएंगे. So I think our future generations, ऐसा नहीं है that they're at a risk of, you know, कि कोई बहुत ही risk है. But one thing I can say for sure is they have a lot of choices, right? So there is also that decision fatigue that comes with it. There is also that a lot of confusion that comes with a lot of choices. Gen Z is now viewing their sexuality in a very fluid lens, right?
ये वैसे वाजिब है क्या ऐसा? क्योंकि मुझे पता है कि मैं लड़की हूँ, चलो ठीक है, जिसको ये लगता है कि मैं लड़की से those people who are homosexuals, okay? But you also told me कि कुछ लोगों को पता ही नहीं कि उनका जेंडर क्या है. ये तो आई थिंक अपमोस्ट ऑफ कंफ्यूजन हो जाएगा, है ना? ये कैसे हो सकता है कि मुझे अपना जेंडर नहीं पता, मुझे ये नहीं पता कि मैं किसी से अट्रैक्ट हो रही हूँ. आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड asexuals, the people who don't connect to anyone, who don't get attracted to any of the genders, but still ये बहुत एक अलग ही एक बात आ जा रही है हमारे सामने कि मुझे पता नहीं मेरा जेंडर क्या है.
Right. So it's non-binary people. It's not about मुझे पता नहीं है मेरा gender क्या है.
अच्छा.
It's about मैं choose ही नहीं करना चाह रही कोई gender. So I'll tell you a little bit about gender is very different from a biological sex that's given to a child from birth.
Yeah.
Right? कि आप लड़का हो, लड़की हो या आप third gender हो, that's given, right? As per biology. But gender is a very social construct. लड़की हूँ, लड़कियों की तरह रहना है, लड़का हूँ, लड़कों की तरह प्रोवाइडर माइंडसेट में गिरना है, that I am the one who has to take care, लड़की हूँ तो I am the one. All of this is something that society created, right?
Okay.
This is very societally created norms. और जो नॉन बाइनरी लोग होते हैं या जो लोग आपको लगता है कि ओ बड़ी रैडिकल उनकी व्यू पॉइंट है, आइडियोलॉजी है, जस्ट क्वेश्चनिंग दोज सोशली कंस्ट्रक्टेड नॉर्म्स कि ऐसा क्यों है कि मैं ये हूँ या ये हूँ. नहीं, इंसान है, राइट? नॉन बाइनरी पीपल, एज फार एज आई नो, they always want to treat them, they always want to be, each person today I think what just wants to be treated as a person first. Treat me as a human first. बाद में देख लेना मेरा जेंडर क्या है, बाद में देख लेना मैं पॉलीएमोरस हूँ, मोनोगमस हूँ. Treat me as a human, right? And that's what.
तो आपको क्या लगता है कि जेनजीज एंजाइटी में क्यों है? मतलब इसका ज्यादा ये है कि वो ज्यादा एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं या फिर वो बहुत ज्यादा कंफ्यूज है चीजों को लेकर कि वो करना क्या है? क्योंकि बहुत सारे रास्ते भी हैं ना. तो एंजाइटी किसकी वजह से भी?
I think you know like everything you said,
एक्सपेक्टेशंस भी है.
it's very true. Expectations भी हैं. I think information overload इतना बढ़ गया है ना कि मैं यहाँ पर बैठे बैठे यूरोप में कोई इंसान जो खेती बाड़ी करके रह रहा है और अपना फार्म वगैरह एकदम चिल कंट्री साइड लाइफ जी रहा है, मैं वो देख के आई फील लाइक आई हैव द चॉइस टू डू दैट टू, राइट?
वो क्यों नहीं कर रही, मैं ये क्यों कर रही हूँ?
मैं वो क्यों नहीं कर रही, राइट? आई एट द सेम टाइम आई एम लुकिंग एट, you know, the legacy of Tatas, and I'm looking at other people, and I'm also thinking of a lot of ambition,
Yeah.
right? So we're torn between a lot of choices.
Exactly.
We are also, expectation kahan se aati hai? A lot of comparison. We know so much today. I know mostly 500 of my school friends are added on my social media. I mostly know where everyone is. Who is getting married, who is dating who is in which business, which job, what are they doing. Mostly, I get to know. Through LinkedIn, I get to know किसका promotion हुआ है, किसका
Demotion
job,
हुआ है।
job switch हुआ है. Demotion कोई share नहीं करता ना.
आज ये भी है।
Comparison is only with
हाँ,
a
the
lot of
greater one.
their highlighted reels के साथ मेरा comparison है.
एक जो रील सोशल मीडिया पर कुछ खराब दिखता ही नहीं है, सब अच्छा, सबकी जिंदगी बहुत अच्छी चल रही
And
है।
if you look at yourself, have you
हाँ।
ever shared a bad day
No,
on social
never.
media? No.
Yes.
You've never shared a bad day on social media, but you've always shared a good day.
Yeah. Coming on to financial sector, how is Gen Z looking after savings, investment, and all those stuff? कैसे देख रही है Gen Z?
So I'm not a financial expert.
Yeah.
So most of these things will be just my observations when it comes to Gen Zs. Gen Zs are savings को लेकर ना, Gen Zs definitely want to buy experiences more than things, right? They want to travel. I think my older generation would not understand कि मैं concert पे इतने 1,000 rupees खर्च करके जा रही हूँ to listen to the same artist जिसको मैं फोन में सुन सकती हूँ, या उसी कॉन्सर्ट में मैं दूसरी तीसरी बार जा रही हूँ, शहर चेंज करके फ्लाइट लेके होटल बुक करा के जा रहे हैं कुछ लोग who have the capacity to afford that, right? So we're definitely chasing experiences. Gen Z as a generation wants to travel more. They want to again chasing experiences, adventures. और जब ये बात आ जाती है तब obviously आपकी savings affect होती है. Yeah, as opposed to our previous generations, हमारा सपना एक घर खरीदना नहीं है, but हमारा सपना जापान जाना जरूर है, right? And that
घर हम अफोर्ड भी नहीं कर सकते ना, अभी जितना चल रहा है रियल एस्टेट का जो हाइक जा रही है, हम घर भी नहीं खरीद सकते. तो we are obviously thinking about let's travel. ज़्यादा सस्ता पड़ रहा है.
Very true. But at the same time, I do see Gen Z getting more and more literate as well.
Yeah.
For sure, उनके expenses की direction change हुई है. That from buying a house, I want to just save for a Japan trip or a US trip or things like that. But they are still saving. I would not say that they're not saving at all. They are investing in SIPs. They are investing in mutual funds. I would, क्योंकि वो भी information आ रही है, social media से या इधर उधर से, and I'm following a lot of, I as a Gen Z, as an example, I'm following a lot of financial planners and, investors and, CAs who are giving me that advice as well.
Yes. एक स्टडी देखी गई है Gen Zs को लेकर कि Gen Zs बाकी जितने भी जनरेशन्स हैं उन सबसे बहुत कम सेक्स कर रहे हैं. ये क्यों हो रहा है? ये बिकॉज लाइक जब मैं बड़ी हो रही हूँ, जब मुझे पता चलता है कि हाँ बायोलॉजिकल क्लॉक कैसे वर्क करता है, मुझे पता है कि मुझे खाने की जरूरत है. खाना खाऊंगी तभी मैं जिंदा रह पाऊंगी, पानी पीऊंगी तभी थोड़ा सा प्यास बुझेगा.
Yes.
Sex is also a part of life.
Absolutely, it's a biological need.
So why is Gen Z is getting more bored of sex?
Yeah.
बाकी जनरेशन से साथ.
Right. So, firstly, I don't know ये survey कितना statistically robust है, right? कितना true है. So I could figure that ये research जहाँ से आ रही है, which is General Social Survey, right? GSS and National Survey of Family Growth.
Yeah.
And both of these organizations are based in the US.
Yes.
So I'm not sure Indian population पे उन्होंने कितना analyze किया है. But it's very true. उन surveys में ये दिख रहा है that Gen Zs are just not having enough sex. They're not having, they're just, this generation is not having sex, right? And there could be a lot of possible hypotheses, a lot of possible reasons why this is happening. Firstly, loneliness has increased so much. As much as we say, phone से हम करीब हो गए हैं, वो और दूर भी हो गए. We may have 1,000 people as our followers, but we may not even have 2 people to talk to, right? There is, Gen Zs are also for the better understand, they have a very fluid view of sexuality. So they're also, वो exploration time इसमें भी जा रहा है कि do I actually am I actually attracted to males? Am I a bisexual instead? What is happening? Right? So that time is also going in them actually introspecting. कि चल क्या रहा है? Right? Do I really want to date a man? Do I really want to date a woman? Right? Um, for sure, pornographic content has also worsened a lot of things. Right? जितने भी viewers हैं, I would definitely like to say, porn is absolutely unhealthy to watch. Most porn out there is absolutely unhealthy.
Yes.
Right? And uski wajah se, I think the body image issues that we also get, right? The body image issues have flared up in our generation because there's so much comparison that goes on with people online, right? With pornographic content. Which is, of course, if I as a man am not feeling great about my body, if as a woman am not feeling enough, I would obviously not be able to engage in physical intimacy because I'm always in that
Delusion.
not delusion, but in that emotional state of, oh, I'm not enough, right? I am not enough, right? And when, as a generation, if I'm dealing with that, right? If most people of my generation are dealing with that, how do you expect them to then go and be physically intimate out there? It's become such a big fearful position, right? For a person who's going through such struggles, right? There's also, I was reading about, let's say, if we talk about US, वहीं से ये research बहुत prominent आई है, right? And I'm not sure उनमें उन्होंने US को ही include करा है या यूरोप को भी इंक्लूड करा है या अफ्रीका, इंडिया, एशियन कंट्रीज को भी इंक्लूड करा है. बट प्राइमरीली पॉलिटिकल क्लाइमेट, इफ यू रिमेंबर, कुछ सालों पहले एंटी अबॉर्शन लॉज बहुत फेमस हुए थे एंड यूएस में कई स्टेट्स वर डिबेटिंग दैट. सो नाउ इफ आई एम एज अ स्टेट laying out that anti-abortion law, right? That if a teenage gets pregnant, they will have to have a baby. Of course, it creates a lot of fear in young people, and that's why they don't want to engage in sex. So there could be a lot of possible reasons why that is happening.
Okay, because we are talking about politics too. How is it affecting Gen Zs? We know how politics are working in our country, but अब देखो, हमने नहीं देखा कांग्रेस का वक्त कैसा था, हम बीजेपी का वक्त देख रहे हैं, और ऐसे में बहुत हर सरकार की अपनी कमियां और खामियां और अच्छाइयां होती हैं, ठीक है. मगर अभी जेनजीज प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं. कॉकरोच जनता पार्टी, वन ऑफ द लाइक बूम पार्टी ऑफ जेनजीज, लाइक कैन बी टोल्ड. नेपाल में भी हमने देखा किस तरीके से सत्ता पलट गई जेनजी की वजह से. सो हाउ डू यू थिंक कि जेनजीज पॉलिटिक्स में कितना इंटरेस्टेड है और पॉलिटिकल व्यू पॉइंट उनका कितना अलग है मिलेनियल से? लाइक क्या हमारे लिए, क्योंकि राम मंदिर इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है, हमारे लिए एजुकेशन बहुत ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है ना, बट स्टिल देयर आर मेनी डिफरेंसेस इन बिटवीन पॉलिटिकल व्यूज. हाउ टू नो द कंसर्न ऑफ अ जेन जी?
Right. Gen Zs are very politically inclined people. I think we as a generation, politically, socially, culturally, we are inclined, and we're speaking about the things, we are having opinions. I think Gen Z is having opinions. Right? It's a कहीं भी कोई political debate होगी तो college के भी कुछ students उसमें equally engaged होंगे. They will have opinions. Right? So I think that is a great thing, that politically as a generation we are trying to be more aware, we are trying to be more opinionated, and we're also presenting our opinions. We're not limited to our own four walls, just sitting with those opinions. We're doing something about it, be it as near as putting up a story and talking to your 500 followers, or going to the grounds and कि मुझे किसी अनशन में पार्टिसिपेट करना है या मुझे किसी मूवमेंट में पार्टिसिपेट करना है. सो it's a very good thing, because a country is led by people, right, at the end of the day. And अगर कुछ सालों में Gen Z की मात्रा इतनी बढ़ जाएगी, so it's good that people are taking responsibility of their own nation.
But अगर मैं नेताओं की बात करने जाऊं तो everyone took responsibility before taking the pledge. Everyone just announced their वादा and all. मगर अगर बात करें ग्राउंड लेवल पर, हमें पता है कि कितने हाईवेज बने हैं, कितने कैसी, लेकिन सड़कें हमारे यहाँ कैसी है ना. आपको लगता है कि जेंजी अगर कभी भी जेंजी पॉलिटिक्स में जब भी आएगी, वो करप्शन जिस तरीके से लिपटा हुआ है हमारे सिस्टम में, उसको हटा करके, क्योंकि जेंजी एक बहुत ज़िद्दी जनरेशन के तौर पे भी हमें दिखती है कि वी वांट दिस, आई विल गेन
Yeah.
दिस। तो क्या लगता है जनरेशन ऐसी है कि करप्शन को पूरी तरीके से जड़ से हटा करके वो काम करेगी सोशल वर्क पे?
Can't say for sure,
Yeah.
right? We can't guarantee, sit here and guarantee कि
हुँ,
ये generation कुछ बहुत ही अलग कर देगी,
हुँ,
because so much of it is what this generation will get to know when they'll be in that position, right? बाहर से देखकर बोलना कि ये चीज़ नहीं होनी चाहिए और उस गद्दी पे बैठकर
बोलना।
डिसीजन लेना,
हुँ,
एक्शन लेना इज़ वेरी डिफरेंट, राइट? फॉर श्योर बाहर से जो जेन ज़ी बोल रही है, इट्स पॉलिटिकली इट्स क्वेश्चनिंग अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स,
हुँ,
right? It's the best part that Gen Z is doing. It's
हुँ,
questioning, right? We're questioning everything. ठीक है, हाईवे बना है बट क्या सीमेंट यूज करा है? ये हाईवे अगर 1 साल में खराब हो जाएगा तो फिर ये कहाँ का अच्छा यूज हुआ इतने करोड़ों रुपए का? Right? Gen Z is actually thinking beyond just surface level
yeah.
things. And we are actually looking at, like, we're deepening and detailing it and questioning it and introspecting it. And that is why a Gen Z voice is very important in newsrooms, even in politics. Right?
हुँ।
And I hope good change comes if more Gen Z, more young people are involved in politics.
Because we are talking about the work of Gen Zs.
Hmm.
We know how workplace works and how Gen Zs are getting affected and all those stuff. So like बहुत सारे employers को ये लगता है Gen Zs तो काम नहीं करते हैं, आलसी हैं ये इनका 6 बजे का है तो 6 बजे उठ के निकल जाते हैं, ठीक है? अब Gen Z एक बॉर्डर क्रिएट करता है, ठीक है?
Right.
जो कि ऑब्वियसली किसी को भी उतना सही नहीं लग सकता, बट हाउ जेन ज़ी एनालाइज़ ऑल दोज़ स्टफ्स? कॉलेज खत्म हुआ होगा बहुत सारे जेन ज़ीज़ का
Hmm.
और वो भी वर्क प्लेस पे जा रहे हैं। मगर क्या ये हमेशा रहेगा कि नहीं, एक बॉर्डर क्रिएट है तो क्रिएट है। जैसे
Hmm.
हम बाहर के देशों में देखते हैं कि ऑफ़िस के बाद कोई फ़ोन कॉल नहीं
Yeah.
उठाते
Yeah.
हैं लोग। यूरोप इज़ वन ऑफ द बेस्ट इंस्टीट्यूट
Examples.
या आई नो। डू यू थिंक इंडिया इज़ गोना गेट कन्वर्टेड in a perspective of Gen Zs and workplace?
I think yes, a little bit yes, for
Yes,
sure.
thank
क्योंकि
God.
क्योंकि Gen Z, again, all these. So we know, like, one of the biggest companies के founder ने comment किया था कि Gen Zs should work, people should work for 70-80 hours a week, or some person also at a very big position in a private company also commented on कि संडेज को क्या कितनी देर तक अपनी वाइफ की शक्ल देखोगे ना, यू वर्क ऑन वीकेंड्स, यू शुड वर्क ऑन वीकेंड्स, थिंग्स लाइक दैट. And there was a lot of revolt. There
Yes.
was a lot of Twitter, Instagram, everything filled up with a lot of, no, this is wrong,
Yeah,
this is
because being a Gen
crazy.
Z, you can't tell कि हम ज़िंदगी जीने नहीं आए हैं, हम काम करने आए हैं,
Yeah.
है ना?
Yeah.
लोग बोलते हैं कि जवानी काम करने के लिए होती है,
Yeah.
बट एक्चुअली मुझे लगता है कि Gen Z इस चीज़ में बहुत ज़्यादा बिलीव करें, यू लिव ओनली वन्स, योलो एक बहुत कॉमन
Yeah.
हाँ, सो आई
Yeah.
थिंक वो भी एक बहुत बड़ा पर्सपेक्टिव प्ले करता है,
Yeah.
डोंट यू थिंक सो?
Yes, I completely think so. I think as a generation, right, we are also trying to build many areas of our life, not just work, finances. ये बात बहुत सच है कि अगर एक यंग इंसान है तो उसको पता है उसको काम करना है, उसको पैसे कमाने हैं. Gen Z is also very ambitious like that, right? But at the same time, we are not paying attention to our health. We are paying attention to our protein intake also. We are
Yeah.
trying to pay attention to our sleep also. We are trying to go to the gym also, right? These things were probably पिछली generations को ये opportunity नहीं मिली, right? So much of our generation is trying to change those things कि ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ काम करना है और खाना बनाना है, घूमना भी ज़रूरी है, relaxation भी ज़रूरी है. And this is something that I as a therapist am seeing as well. I always say this to all my clients. Relaxation is a practice. I think the biggest thing we can learn from our previous generations is हम बैठ के प्रीवियस जनरेशन बैठ के सोचती थी कि जब पैसा आएगा, जब घर बनेगा, जब ये होगा, वो होगा, तब हम रिलैक्स हो जाएंगे. But now if you really look at all the previous generations, they're not really relaxed in their 50s. They have found newer projects, newer things to worry about.
हर दिन
Right.
कोई नई समस्या आ जाती है, हर दिन
Right,
कोई
because
नई
their
चीज़
body
है।
is not accustomed to relaxation. आप उन्हें एक रिलैक्स स्टेट में, जिस इंसान ने सिर्फ काम किया है 40 साल, आप उसको एक रिलैक्स स्टेट में बिठा के दिखा दो, they will not be able to sit. They will feel very weird. So I think young generation also knows that those boundaries are important because my mental health is also important, right? My financial health ठीक है, workplace health ठीक है, पर अगर मैं ही नहीं बचूंगा, मेरा दिमाग ही नहीं बचेगा, या मैं रिलैक्स ही नहीं हूँ, या मैं इतने स्ट्रेस में हूँ, right? Then there's no point.
Work is necessary, but life balance is also, and how
Yeah.
everything works is एक बहुत बड़ा एक एग्जाम्पल सेटेड है जेनजीज के लिए। तो जेनजीज वैसे तो टारगेटेड है बिकॉज हर एक जनरेशन टारगेटेड रही है। आई एम श्योर मिलेनियल्स भी अपने प्रीवियस जनरेशन्स के थ्रू टारगेट रहेंगे, आजकल के ज़माने के बच्चे। और वैसे ही आई थिंक अभी भी हो रहा है और आगे भी आई एम श्योर ये चलता रहेगा क्योंकि ये एक चलन है जो कि कभी नहीं रुकेगा। बट जेनजीज आर नॉट दैट बैड और नॉट दैट इनह्यूमन। डेफ़िनेटली अगर मेरे से कोई सवाल आपको लगता है कि मैंने अगर जेनज़ीज़ से रिलेटेड कोई सवाल छूट गए हों, तो आप कमेंट बॉक्स में ज़रूर बताइएगा और ये एपिसोड आपको कैसा लगा, ये भी कमेंट में हमें ज़रूर बताइएगा। बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद।